Good morning, everyone. I have a question. I've asked it to several people on YouTube. Maybe, well, let's just dive into it. I don't know if the phone's going to stay together. The SIM card's not talking with the phone half the time. So, they're supposed to be sending me another phone, replacement phone. Metro, T-Mobile, whatever. $60, got the insurance thing. I've had it for a long time. So, but yeah, suddenly, I even took the SIM card out, wiped it down with a little alcohol and a Q-tip a couple of times. Then it would last for an hour and a half. I could use Wi-Fi, but I couldn't, and so I could view apps, but I couldn't get calls or messages. And can't figure out how to turn Wi-Fi calling on. That's just me. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll stay together and continue on. But yeah, it's about, I've got a stock oil filter or oil tank. Now this is the one that came in. It was chrome, and I'm not so much for chrome, so I picked up a black one. And of course, the oil comes in there. That's the return. The return is the filtered oil. Comes into there. And this is the other end. This goes down onto here. Okay. Now, originally, which I prefer, and I got a bunch of these filters. And you put the rubber in there like this one is. I think put the rubber and then a spring, and then on top you've got a metal cap. I always save them. This one here, it was all jammed up inside there, so I took that out, and then I cut that out, and then I re-welded it. I have to fix the welding a little bit, just to check it doesn't leak. It's probably not detrimental that it would leak past the filter, but you wouldn't want that. But this sits in here, okay, and of course the filter goes in. And with the spring and cap to bring it up to a certain height. I just never could figure out, like I say, the oil comes here. So does it go down first in between this filter, outer filter, and the I always call it the udder. It's kind of a weird thing, but to me, looks like an udder to me. There's it's like filter holder. I forget what they call it. Yeah, it is. The oil comes through there, goes down. Does it go in between on the outside, and then progress to the inside? That would make sense. Then it goes down through the hole, and of course into the tank. But the thing I don't. How this comes into play with this, other than, I guess, this, because when this goes in, and I can't see it because when I close it, it's like, the old thing about, is the light staying on in the refrigerator when you close the door, But I screw this on here, and I guess, of course, this protrudes a little bit into here. And the other, I guess, settles on this edge. So when the oil comes in, it must go into here. Let's see. It must go into here. Not necessarily just because that has a hole, a spot. Maybe it is, but it must go into there. But from there, how does it get... It almost seems like it would be sealing that off. But yeah, the path, it's like, if it goes in here, and let's see, now I'm just curious about stuff, theoretically I guess it works. But I want to know why and how. But yeah, if it's ending up on the top side of this, well, let's put it in the way it was. but it's like this, ending up on the top side. And then, hey, where'd that, oh, there it is. So, does it go on the outer side of this? And then, I don't know. Maybe this part here really doesn't get that close. Maybe I'll have to do some measurements, how it actually, when it goes in, drops, and of course you go like that, and then you do your tightening. So I'm assuming this is, when you're screwing that down, yeah, you're pushing that down, see? See, it's coming out further. So that's pushing down onto here, I guess to hold the udder, or that part. So I always just was wondering, and you look on Google, and it tells you mostly automotive stuff. How does the oil path go from the return on a shovel head and get to the oil tank inside? Nobody's ever done a video on that, seems like. I mean, I've asked Pacific Mike and Low Country Harley Doc. He said if he gets one in, he'll try and explain it. But he says getting shovels in anymore kind of far and few between. But then, like I say, then you have that filter. Now this one must be the replacement for this one. So that goes into there. Again, you've got this small space between the outside of here and this inside. So it's just like that filter, but it's, I guess, modern. I like these. I got a case of these. And then you've got this one. This is what came on the bike. I'd never seen these. This eliminates the udder and drops in. Apparently, I think there's a spring that goes in there. So this would be, the oil comes in here. It's got to get, now in this case, it's going from the inside to the outside. These other two filters go from the outside to the inside. So this is cascading, it has to, from here, but you're still using this, but this must be small enough to fit maybe down in this lower section, not here. But I was just curious, anybody has any ideas? Anybody's ever thought about this? If you let me know. I mean, it's just got to get, when it comes in here, somehow it's got to get over that. Got to get over this, and on this side of it, for these type filters, in this. But I can see, I guess, why they made this. Obviously it works because it was running when I bought it, this filter. I cleaned it. I don't think it had too many miles on this when I bought the bike. It had just sat. It was, I think, overpowered. The clutch was like you had to be a gorilla, and the guy had this done for his wife. So I don't think she rode it. Maybe he did. But I think they were more interested in trucks. And living in Florida, which is nice. He was up here. I guess he has a home up here. So I can see he was, a real, the real salesman kicked in and but they're far and few between. That's why, I think I paid $5,500 for and the motor's been done well. I think the tranny's been done well. I'll kind of poke at it this winter, but I've been riding it, I sell stuff on, on eBay, and I've been, like, every day I've had to run to the post office or just run everywhere, with it. So I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for the shout out there, Ed, Mr. Big, and that's nice. Yeah, you wrote all the numbers, all the names down, Yeah, well, that's what, I don't write names down, but what I do is I keep journals. Like on every vehicle. Like this is, this is just for, the 80. This is for the one I got, in February. And then a lot of the other stuff, This here is for the Fat Boy. And, you know, if I need to go back and see my experiments or whatever I did, whether it be get better gas mileage or whatever, you know, how did the tires do when I bought it and so on and so on. So I know I'm not going to remember. So I just say, even the car, you know, Case 57 and stuff, even though we don't do much with it anymore, and I very rarely use the car except in case we have to go to doctor appointments. Yeah. Well, I'll catch you guys later again. Got any ideas? Thanks. See you later. Bye-bye.